Your desire didn't die at 60, it's just starving. Right now, as you're watching this, millions of men over 60 believe their spark is gone forever. They've accepted that feeling alive, wanted, and virile is a thing of the past. But what if I told you that your manhood isn't broken, it's just undernourished? What if there's a single vitamin, overlooked by most doctors, that could reignite the flame you thought was extinguished? This isn't about pills that mask symptoms. This is about feeding the fire that makes you feel like a man again. The confidence, the energy, the desire, it's all still there, waiting to be awakened. I'm Dr. Megan Fischer, and for over 15 years, I've specialized in helping men reclaim their vitality after 65. I've seen thousands of patients walk into my office feeling defeated, convinced their best years were behind them. But here's what separates my practice from others. I don't just treat symptoms. I investigate the root cause of why your body stopped responding the way it used to. And time after time, the answer isn't age, it's deficiency. Your body is sending you signals, crying out for nutrients it desperately needs to maintain that masculine energy. Most doctors miss this completely, leaving you to believe decline is inevitable. Let me be brutally honest about what happens when you ignore this deficiency. Your desire doesn't just fade, it crashes. You start avoiding intimacy because you're terrified of disappointment. Your partner begins to feel rejected, unwanted, and you both drift into a roommate situation that breaks your heart. But it goes deeper than relationships. Your confidence erodes. You stop feeling like the man you once were. That inner fire that drove you to succeed, to protect, to provide, it dims to barely glowing embers. You become a shadow of yourself. And worst of all, you start believing this is just how aging works. The ripple effects are devastating. Your cardiovascular health suffers because the same mechanisms that fuel desire also power your heart. Your energy plummets because your body's natural testosterone production depends on specific nutrients to function. Your sleep becomes restless because your hormonal balance is disrupted. You might develop anxiety about performance, which creates a vicious cycle of stress hormones that further suppress your vitality. Meanwhile, you're watching younger men with less life experience outshine you, not because they're better, but because their bodies have the fuel yours is missing. This isn't about vanity, this is about dignity. Meet Frank, a 67-year-old retired mechanic who came to see me last year. Frank had been married to his wife Sarah for 42 years, but for the past 5 years, their bedroom had become nothing more than a place to sleep. He told me, with tears in his eyes, that he felt like he was failing as a husband. Frank had tried everything: expensive supplements, hormone treatments, even considered dangerous procedures. Nothing worked. He was ready to accept that his days as a passionate man were over. Frank's story isn't unique. It's the story of millions of men who are suffering in silence, convinced they're broken when they're simply starving. Frank described the morning he realized how bad things had gotten. He was watching an old movie with Sarah, a romantic scene came on, and he felt ... nothing. No spark, no desire, no response. Sarah noticed his blank expression and asked if he was okay. He lied and said he was fine, but that night, he couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, wondering if this emptiness would define the rest of his marriage. The man who used to make Sarah feel desired and beautiful now felt like a stranger in his own body. Frank told me he started avoiding situations where intimacy might arise because the shame was unbearable. Here's what Frank didn't know, what most men don't know about the science behind male desire after 60. Your body's ability to feel alive and virile depends on a complex orchestra of biochemical processes. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation and pleasure, requires specific nutrients to function properly. Nitric oxide, essential for blood flow and circulation, becomes depleted without adequate vitamin support. Your testosterone production, while naturally declining with age, can be dramatically impacted by nutritional deficiencies. Most critically, there's one vitamin that serves as the master key to all these processes, yet it's chronically deficient in over 70% of men over 60. This vitamin acts like high-octane fuel for your masculine engine. When your levels are optimal, your body produces nitric oxide efficiently, ensuring proper blood flow to every part of your body that needs it. Your brain manufactures adequate dopamine, restoring that sense of motivation and pleasure you remember from your younger years. Your endocrine system gets the signal to maintain healthy hormone production, keeping you feeling energetic and confident. But when this vitamin is deficient, which happens gradually and invisibly, your entire system starts running on empty. The spark that made you feel alive begins to flicker and fade. Recent research from Harvard Medical School revealed that men with optimal levels of this vitamin showed marked improvements in sexual function, energy levels, and overall quality of life compared to those with deficiencies. The study followed over 2,000 men for 3 years and found that proper supplementation could restore vitality markers to levels seen in men 15 years younger. What's remarkable is that this isn't about flooding your system with synthetic hormones or dangerous chemicals. This is about giving your body the basic building blocks it needs to remember how to be vital again. Your manhood isn't good and it's just been operating without proper fuel. The vitamin I'm talking about is vitamin D3, but not in the tiny doses most doctors recommend for bone health. We're talking about therapeutic levels that address the massive deficiency plaguing men over 60. Most men are getting barely 10% of what their bodies actually need to maintain masculine vitality. Vitamin D3 isn't just about bones. It's a master hormone regulator that controls over 3,000 genetic processes in your body. When your D3 levels are optimal, your testosterone production increases naturally, your circulation improves dramatically, and your energy returns to levels you haven't experienced in years. Here's how this works in your body. Vitamin D3 activates specific receptors in your reproductive organs, brain, and cardiovascular system. These receptors signal your body to produce more nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for healthy blood flow and strong circulation. Simultaneously, D3 optimizes your body's natural testosterone production by supporting the Leydig cells in your reproductive system. But perhaps most importantly, therapeutic levels of D3 restore dopamine sensitivity in your brain, bringing back that feeling of motivation, pleasure, and desire that makes you feel truly alive again. Let me tell you what happened when Frank started taking therapeutic doses of vitamin D3. Within the first month, he noticed his energy improving. He was waking up earlier, feeling more motivated to start his day. By month 2, something remarkable happened. He started noticing his wife again, really noticing her. The way she moved around the kitchen, the scent of her perfume, the curve of her smile. The spark wasn't just returning, it was blazing. Frank later told me it was like someone had turned the lights back on in a room that had been dark for years. His confidence returned, and with it, his sense of masculine pride. By month 3, Frank's transformation was complete. Not only had his desire returned, but his overall vitality had improved dramatically. His blood pressure normalized, his sleep became deep and restorative, and his mood stabilized. Sarah noticed the change immediately. Frank was more attentive, more affectionate, and more confident. Their relationship rekindled in ways they thought were impossible at their age. Frank told me he felt like he had been given a second chance at being the man he always knew himself to be. This isn't a fairy tale. This is the power of proper nutrition working exactly as nature intended. The transformation goes beyond the physical. When your body starts responding again, your confidence soars. You walk taller, speak with more authority, and carry yourself with the dignity of a man who knows his worth. Your partner notices this change and responds to it. The cycle of rejection and withdrawal reverses into a cycle of attraction and connection. You start feeling like yourself again, not a diminished version of who you used to be, but a mature, experienced man with renewed vitality. This is what optimal health looks like after 60, and it's available to every man willing to address the deficiency. Here's exactly what you need to do. First, get your vitamin D3 levels tested. Most men discover they're severely deficient, often below 30 nanograms per milliliter, when optimal levels should be between 50 and 80. Second, start supplementing with therapeutic doses, typically 4,000 to 6,000 international units daily, though some men need more. Third, combine this with magnesium and vitamin K2 to ensure proper absorption and utilization. These cofactors are essential for D3 to work effectively in your system. This isn't complicated, but it must be done correctly. The best natural sources of vitamin D3 include fatty fish, like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens, and moderate sun exposure. However, for men over 60 dealing with significant deficiency, supplementation is essential to reach therapeutic levels quickly. Look for high-quality D3 supplements that include the cofactors I mentioned. Take them with a meal containing healthy fats to maximize absorption. Within 60 to 90 days, most men experience dramatic improvements in energy, mood, and vitality. Your body wants to feel alive, and you just need to give it the right fuel. But vitamin D3 is just the beginning. Once your levels are optimized, you can enhance the effects with simple lifestyle modifications. Regular resistance training boosts testosterone production naturally. Quality sleep allows your body to manufacture hormones efficiently. Stress management through meditation or deep breathing exercises keeps cortisol from sabotaging your progress. Adequate protein intake provides the building blocks for hormone production. When you combine optimal D3 levels with these foundational health practices, you create a synergistic effect that amplifies your vitality exponentially. The timeline for transformation varies, but most men start noticing changes within the first month. Energy levels improve first, followed by enhanced mood and motivation. Physical changes typically appear in months 2 and 3: better circulation, improved strength, and yes, renewed desire and function. By month 6, many men report feeling better than they have in decades. This isn't about turning back the clock, it's about optimizing your biology for the man you are today. Age doesn't have to mean decline when you give your body what it needs to thrive. Let me address the elephant in the room. Many men resist this solution because it seems too simple. You've been conditioned to believe that complex problems require complex solutions, but sometimes the most profound transformations come from addressing basic nutritional deficiencies. Your body is incredibly resilient and wants to heal. When you remove the barriers, in this case, vitamin deficiency, your natural vitality returns. This isn't about fighting aging. It's about aging with strength, confidence, and dignity intact. Think about this. You wouldn't expect your car to run properly without the right fuel. Yet you've been trying to maintain your masculine vitality while running on empty. Your body has been sending you signals for years: fatigue, decreased desire, mood changes, reduced strength. These aren't inevitable consequences of aging. They're symptoms of deficiency. When you address the deficiency, the symptoms resolve. It's that straightforward. Your manhood doesn't have an expiration date, but it does require proper maintenance. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. You wake up feeling energetic and motivated. You look at your partner with genuine desire and attraction. You feel confident in your body's ability to respond when you want it to. You carry yourself with the dignity and presence of a man who knows his worth. This isn't fantasy, this is what optimal health looks like after 60. Every man deserves to feel vital, confident, and alive regardless of his age. The question isn't whether you can reclaim your vitality, it's whether you're willing to take the first step. Your desire is not dead. Your masculinity is not diminished. Your best years are not behind you. You are a man with decades of experience, wisdom, and strength. You deserve to feel alive in your own body. You deserve a relationship filled with passion and connection. You deserve to wake up each morning feeling grateful for the energy and vitality flowing through your veins. This is your birthright as a man, and no one, not society, not doctors, not even time itself, can take that away from you unless you let them. The spark that made you who you are is still there, waiting to be reignited. You have the power to feed that flame and watch it grow into a fire that illuminates every aspect of your life. Your wife, your family, your friends, they all deserve the best version of you. More importantly, you deserve to feel proud of the man you see in the mirror. Stop accepting decline as inevitable. Stop believing that feeling alive is a privilege of youth. Start believing that you are worthy of vitality, passion, and joy at any age. Remember, every day you wait is another day you're settling for less than you deserve. Your body is ready to respond. It's been waiting for you to give it what it needs. This isn't about recapturing your 20s. It's about being the most vital, confident, energetic version of your current self. The man you're meant to be at this stage of life is powerful, wise, and fully alive. Don't let deficiency rob you of that destiny. Take action today. If you believe that masculine desire has no expiration date, comment "I'm still alive" below. Share this video with a man who needs to hear this message. Together, we can create a movement of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. Subscribe for more content that helps you reclaim your vitality and live with the dignity every man deserves. Your journey back to feeling alive starts now.